Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sharon and I'm glad to see you. I am going to make this video about scammers. It's just something that's really been happening lately to a lot of people, and we almost lost quite a bit of money ourselves a few days ago. So the first thing I wanted to do before I talked about some of the scams was I wanted to find out where these people get this information from. Well, I found out, of course, one of the biggest things is Facebook. We put on there things on Facebook, like where we were born and what year we graduated and where we live and where we work. And they can look at all of our friends and they can figure out who's a friend and who's a relative. And it's just lots of information. They can get it from public records. They can go down and get it off of look at a property and who owns the property, and it just various ways that they can get this. So that's one of the big reasons how they can get all their information. But one of the newest scams, well, I shouldn't say new because it's been happening for a while, but it happens to me once or twice a day. I get a phone call about the new Medicare Advantage plan. Oh, this one here has a card that you can get now. Uh, Give us some information and we'll see if you qualify. This card will let you help pay your utility bills and vice versa. So the first thing they want you to do, they will ask you, do you have Medicare A and B? And if you say yes, I was told they would take that word yes, they can clone your voice, and they can use that to do all kinds of things with it. Especially your voice can be called to, say, one of your parents or somebody that knows you, and when they recognize your voice, they can say, I'm in trouble, my car's broke down, can you send me $50? Or just, I'm in jail, just whatever, and it'll be your voice, and they will try to scam you out of some money, and you just don't even think about it twice unless you're like, wait a minute, this person is not even in town, or this person ain't where they say there is. But this is how they do it. They take that voice, and it's called voice cloning, and they use it in all kinds of ways. Uh, Another thing that Medicare does is they will not, I was told, call you unless you have contacted the insurance company yourself and asked for some information. Then they might call you. But other than that, these phone calls are not legit. I also sometimes look at the number that's coming in, and I'll go ahead and hang up. But then I'll call that number and it won't go through. It's a fake number. Uh, they'll also use a number that might pop up. One time I got a phone call and it showed that the caller ID showed it was Deaconess Hospital. Well, that really scared me because that's the hospital my family uses and my children. So I picked it up, and it was Medicare. One of those scams. I was so upset. I thought, I cannot believe you people can just pick numbers out and just do whatever you want. But they do. So another thing that is really sad is the sheriff department called, that was a couple days ago, wanted to know if I would donate because this is their annual donation time of the year. So I had already knew from experience from before, the sheriff's department, the police department, and also the fire department. These people will not contact you for donations. They said no, they do not do that, and for this reason, that it's just the number that they give you when they call on the caller ID. If you will hang up and call back, you will realize that that's another fake number. Or if it goes through, because sometimes they'll have it set up to where it might go back to a police department. The best thing to do then is to call your own personal police department or your sheriff's department, whoever, and verify, because they said 99.9% of the time that is fake. They are not the police department. So you have to be very beware of that. Another thing that just happened us recently is we were trying to sell something on Marketplace. Well, we put something on. It was that $800 item. And we were just shocked because we had it on and it went on 1 minute. And we got a message already. They wanted it. They were at work, supposedly, and they said, well, I can't give you my phone number. I'm at work. I will send somebody to get it tomorrow, but I want to go ahead and pay for it. And they haven't even seen it yet, but they want to pay for it. Now, we're talking an $800 item. So they wanted to know if I had a Venmo account. They would go ahead and send the money, blah, blah, blah. So I thought about it and I thought, well, I don't know about this. Well, then all of a sudden we get another text message from them saying that there's a business account. So they would have to add an extra $500 in order to be able to use Venmo because they have a limit on what they can do. So could we go ahead, and she'll go ahead and send it, but then she said, I will trust you to send me my $500 back. Well, the whole thing was just really crazy. It was like, no, I don't think so. So we hung up. And next thing you know, we get a phone call again. And the phone number was from Nigeria. And I answered it, and it was the same person. And they were like, oh, okay. So it's crazy. So we had found out later on that this is happening a lot on Facebook. And they said a big clue to that is if you put something on to sell and they immediately, somebody clicks on it, I mean, within a minute or two, that's clue one. If they say they can't give you their phone number because they're at work, that's clue two. And if they ask for your phone number or your Venmo or whatever, that's another clue. These are all fake. The best thing to do, they said, is this, what we did, we decided, okay, after this, we put it back on again the next day to see what happened. We had 2 hits immediately again. So my husband said, okay, I'm sorry, we're not going to give you the Venmo account. We're not going to give you anything. All of this has to be done in cash and in person. Well, that message went click real quick. So I suggest that if you put anything on Facebook to sell, I really, really would try to make it a cash closure. And if not, at something in person, be extremely careful if they want to do Venmo or however. I understand they had this new thing called Zelle. And so somebody looked that up and they said that is really fake. That there's no such thing as Zelle that's legal. So anyway, I don't know if any of this has helped you. There's lots of other scams out there too. But those are the ones I can say that I've done personally, and it's really scary. It's like the other day, if I would have went on with the little scam, I would have been out $500 in like real quick. And of course, you know, as I'm sure like most of us are that are on Social Security, it's $500 is like $5,000 to a lot of people, and it definitely would have hurt. And I was also told senior citizens are the ones that they seem to pick on the most because we're not that much into computers. We're not that much into social events and what's going on in the world anymore. And definitely not tech savvy, at least I'm not. So I'm just asking y'all to please be careful out there. I don't know if this helped anybody or not. Please leave me a comment if anything is like this has ever happened to you, because it's just scary. And I'd like to know if I'm just the only one or some other seniors out there. Are you ever been able to stop something like this in its tracks? It would be nice to know. I also would like for you to subscribe to my channel because that really helps me out a lot too. And not sure what I'm going to do in the next video. I do all kinds of things. I'm really thinking about doing one on volunteering, different things that we found that we've been able to volunteer and how helpful and it's been and how much we've enjoyed it. So until next time, thank you. Come back and see me. I forgot to give you the joke of the day. The joke of the day is, why did the cat sit on the computer? It's because he wanted to keep an eye on the mouse. Bye-bye.